hello, how are ya? Welcome back to another episode, a spooky episode of Final Fantasy XIV. You are an adventurer, yes, and an experienced one besides? Ah, 12 be praised. You could do with the assistance of a woman such as yourself. You see, a wolfman claiming to have come from distant Doma wishes to join the Continental Circus. Now don't get me wrong, it's a fine thing the troupe does, going around Eorzea's great cities and livening up the various All Saints' Wake festivities, but I would never encourage someone to throw their lot in with the fiends. That's no exaggeration either. Mark me, friend, they're demons. Honest-to-God's monsters who delight in terrorizing decent folk like you and me. Though to be fair, that mostly amounts to the occasional prank, like stealing your socks or spilling your drink when you're not looking. Still, there's no telling when they'll get a taste for blacker deeds. I told all this and more to the Wolfman, of course, but he just looked at me like I'd been quaffing milkroot all morning. Aye, this rate I fear there's nothing we can do to save him from a life of devilry. Wait, I've got an idea. It's a little convoluted, but if you and our far eastern friend join the Continental Circus together, you could keep him from committing any truly unspeakable evils. Yes, that makes about as much sense as anything. By the by, the wolfman's name is Soga. He's quite sociable, so don't be hesitant to, say, wander over to the Whistling Miller and approach him without prompting. Ha! Here we go! You do not fear me, Eorzean? I've had dealings with beastmen before. Would that more of our kinsmen could say the same. Most here regard me with suspicion, if not outright fear. With the aid of my countrymen, I came to Gridania by way of Revenant's Toll. Such is the reason for my being here. But what is yours for seeking me out? Well, this and that, and the other thing. You too wish to join the Continental Circus? Oh, what fortune! I thought perhaps you were an associate of that nosy adventurer who attempted to deter me from my course. Wheresoever I go in these lands, I am feared. Men avert their gaze, women cross their road to avoid me, and children burst into tears. That, however, is my experience as a humble traveler. As a humble member of the Continental Circus, on the other hand, I would be lauded for this talent, would I not? No longer would I be scorned and alone. Nay, I would be rich in NAKAMA, as the Hingans say. We too could be NAKAMA. NAKAMA forever! NAKAMA all the time! But I'm getting ahead of myself. I have yet to even ask you your name. Chuchune, is it? I didn't even speak. It is an honor and a pleasure. Now then, let us go and greet the impresario. Impresario? Impresario. So many people here! I wanted to let that adventurer know not to worry about me, so I gave a missive to one of those little postmen earlier. It trailed and said, "Thank you, Capo." Thank you, Capo. Thank you. Well, two wanderers who wish to join our esteemed troupe of tricksters. I cannot help but wonder at your motives, but it matters not in the end. If you truly yearn to strike fear into the hearts of your fellow man, that is enough. This here we will throw open the doors of our haunted manor once more, and as we have our hands filled with the preparations, we'd be fools to turn away you and your wolfman associate. Then you will permit us to join the Continental Circus? Just like that? Kami be praised! I'm grateful to you to beyond measure, good sir, and should be glad to assist you in any way you desire. My, such enthusiasm. Very well. Let us begin with a simple task. A test of your skills, rather, in which you shall attempt to frighten several subjects, sowing seeds of terror into their... thereby showing them a jolly good time. Afterwards, you may encourage them to join in the fun as well, though... That said, your comparatively plain disposition will not serve you well in this endeavor. Fortunately, we have the means to bestow upon you rather similar wolf-like features. Take it with our blessing. Oh, yay. You have the means at your disposal. Come, dress yourself in the guise of the werewolf, and let us show how terrifying you are. New stuff. cute little werewolf. That's right, just pose for the camera. Why, the 12, what a hideous, monstrous abomination! You have a true gift for horror. But such is to be expected of an adventurer, is it not? One would slaughter 20 men for a sack of gill and kill our 21st for fun. Oh, how your enemies must have feared you, how their spirits must cry out for vengeance. Well, I guess. I think that means you have his approval, Chuchune. Yes, indeed. So frightened was I that I nearly wept and spoiled myself. Clearly there is naught I have to teach you, so I bid you go forth and spread fear. Fear. You are quite good at this, aren't you? I wonder if it will come as easily to me, though. Well, there is one way to find out. As the impresario said, we must go forth and spread fear to the people of Gridania. Yep, fear it is. Yes, yes, that's the spirit, little wolves. What? What? Twould be foolish to begin without first settling upon a strategy, yes? Let us then consider how we might most effectively frighten the people of Gridania. The people of Rioza are wholly unfamiliar with my kind, so let us play to their worst fears. A feral growl of some sort should do nicely. Grrr! Or some such, perhaps? Oh, where did you come from, stranger? And what strange garments are you wearing? Is this some sort of prank? If it is, you're not doing a very good job of it. Yeah. Grrr! Ah! What the hell is that? Such a face you made! And now I pray you be at ease, good sir. We are members of the Continental Circus, on a quest to spread joy through fear to the people of Gridania. Bugger me, is that a talking wolf, man? And with a sense of humor besides? Huh. I suppose I ought to be glad you're not a feral beast here to kill me. Indeed, it is all good fun, as you can see. What is more, if you too are interested in taking part, the Continental Circus will gladly furnish you with your own guise of the werewolf for free. Yeah, is that so? Well, the price is certainly right. I think I might just go and get one. That went splendidly, Chuchune. I dare say we make a fine team. Still, we shouldn't be too dependent on one another. Why don't we split up and try to scare 3 more Gridanians apiece? Afterwards, we can regroup and decide what to do next. Good. Well, what is it? Or are you just going to stare at me in silence? Even my dog's joining in. Nice try, little wolf. I'm not so easily scared. Look at you, spreading fear and terror while wearing such an adorable outfit. Well, you know, you could get that outfit somewhere else. Eh? You say the Continental Circus is giving them for free? To anyone willing to go around trying to frighten people like you are? Why didn't you say so from the first? Such a lovely tradition, All Saints' Wake. I do so look forward to the festivities every year. Grrr. Oh my, aren't you scary? It's almost more than I can bear. At first there was just the little wolf man walking around, and now I see that you're everywhere. And say I entirely understand, but this is the way you... If this is the way the wind is blowing, then let no one say I also don't blow. Words are hard. Oh, there's red man prowling our city. Maybe if I go and hide some shrubbery, they'll leave me be. Matron steeds, don't do that. I'm no good with wolves, or bears, or rabbits. So, to summarize, you're offering me a chance to dress up like a buffoon and get revenge on all the people who ever wronged me? Don't mind if I do. Hey, it's characters from little Mikote girl. He's so fluffy! Yes, he is. Would it be alright if I asked to touch his fur as well, you think? Well, do people let people touch your fur? I don't know. Scared you're 3, Chuchune? I did as well, though I thought to keep going until you arrived. I would say, too, that I've had more and more trouble as time went on. It would seem that word has spread of activities, and the citizenry has grown somewhat accustomed to my features. Be that as it may, I should like to think that Impresario will be pleased with the many people we sent his way. Well, you're a tall wolf, aren't you? Never did I think I would see so many people wishing to become a wolf. I wonder what my kinsman and Doma would think. Doma. Wonderful! How fantastic! Would you believe that there has been no end to the stream of Gridanians clamoring for a guise of the werewolf to call their own? We owe it all to you two and your tireless efforts. Marvelous, marvelous work! With every innocent that embraces their bestial nature, with every soul that delights in the darkness, we creep ever closer to the Night of Devilry. What was that you just said now? Something about a Night of Devilry? What? No, I said the light of equality. Ever closer do we, creep to it. Yes, that will do nicely. Anyway, once again, I must commend you both on a job well done. I should be glad to welcome you to the Continental Circus. That said, it may take rather a long time to make it official, proper paperwork and procedure and so forth, and we really do have our hands full at the moment. I'll have the contracts ready for you to sign soon enough, though. Don't you worry. And off he goes. Grr. Got you good, huh? Need I scared you to death. Oh, this is too much, and I owe it all to you two. I usually come to these popular things late, you know. Was running around a couple years back with a bedsheet over my head like a ghost, but no one was paying me any mind. But not this time. It's a great way to strike up a conversation with a lady, too. Yeah, I've got a feeling that this is going to be a good old Saints week for me. And in more ways than one. That one. That one? That one? Whatever. So that is why he welcomed me with open arms. At last I understand you, Impresario. You sought only to aid me in befriending the people of Gridania, to help them to understand that I was not some strange otherworldly creature, but a kindred spirit. In dressing themselves in the guise of the werewolf, they have come to realize that beneath this fur beats a heart no different from theirs. Oh, how deep and meaningful this game has proven to be. But I mustn't be content with my lot here in Gridania, Chuchune. No. I must go unto all the peoples of Eorzea and endeavor to befriend each and every one. Surely that is what the Impresario would want. Not really, but, you know, whatever. Yeah, okay. Then it is settled. With regret I will decline his invitation, though I shall remain until the festivities are concluded, and then I shall embark on a new journey. Final favor to ask of you, if I may, my friend. If you happen to cross paths with that other adventurer, would you thank him for me, and tell him of my decision? Sure. Forgive me, my friend, but I fear I do not have the time to seek out that adventurer who was so well worried for my well-being before. Should you chance to see him again, please let him know that I am well. I will do that right now. I've seen an awful lot of people running around the city dressed as wolves of late. I don't suppose you and Soga had anything to do with that? Look at me, I'm dressed as a wolf right now. What are you talking about, eh? That's not the conclusion I would have drawn. But the important thing is that Soga decided not to join the Continental Circus. Perhaps more importantly, the people of Gridania seem to have grown accustomed to our wolfman friend, as well as the guises the troupe have been distributing to the mischievous. Aye, it'll take more than that to terrify the average Gridanian. Like that haunted manor of theirs, I suppose. Yes, that still is a problem. But we'll keep an eye on that, we will. There'll be no Night of Devilry on our watch, no sir. When brought into the light, the wolf can seem less fearsome, but in the dark, man and monster are as equals, as friends. Won't you come and join us? What? What? Yay! Rise of the Lupins. Okay, so like last year, you can go into Hockey Manor, and get little pumpkin cookies to trade in for stuff. Like the magic prism, like before. You have a ghost candle stand, a pumpkin tower, pumpkin pie set, pumpkin pudding set, all Saints Week advertisement. So since it was the same as last year, I won't do it for this. But if you want to see what it was like, you can check out my last year's episode. I'll put a link in the description below. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, and what was that? What? If you did, and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, like, comment if you feel like doing it. Hope you have a great day. Hope to see you again next time. Thanks, everyone. Rah!